Hello, hello. Happy Monday. This is Anggie Watkins coming to you, Extreme Encourager, and I want to talk with you about being a creative collaborator. So we're going to jump in, and I'm also going to share this information on my personal page so people can be notified that I am live. And then we're going to jump right into what I want to talk to you all about. One moment. So, share. Oops. One moment. It's not doing it. So, I'm going to talk about being a creative collaborator. So, the number of times you're actually one of the people who actually spark the ideas that other people actually get excited about. So, a lot of times you are, hold on a second, my timeline. So, one, as a creative collaborator, you are sometimes the genius behind a lot of the ideas that actually happen at work. So one of the things I want to point out is like, you are one of those people who's like, you have an idea and you share it. And that is so awesome because a lot of people really need what you're sharing. And then you share an idea and then someone else joins on it and then they improve it and they enhance it. And then sometimes it goes around on a round table. But it's like you are the one that gets everyone excited. You are the spark that ignites the creativity. You may have a question. You may have a foundational idea. You may have the whole kit and caboodle and the whole thing right there, live in there. But sometimes, other people who may not necessarily overshadow you, but they may actually, they are a worker person and they'll actually put fruition and implement some of the ideas you have. My main thing is to make sure you understand, as a creative collaborator, whether you see everything, hey Ashley, happy Monday, whether you see everything to fruition or you are the final one that implements it, you need to own and appreciate the fact that you are a creative collaborator. You spark the excitement in others, you spark the creativity in others, and you spark the doers. So some people don't have the fresh ideas, but they are the worker bees. They can hit the ground running. They can get things moving. But you need to understand, nothing moves. Nothing gets done without that creative spark in the first place. So when you're actually creatively collaborating with people, sharing of your ideas, sharing your thoughts, maybe even just starting a question to challenge even the status quo, you are an instigator of something new, something better, just something more. And a lot of times, once your idea has momentum, like it may be a little snowball and it goes and it builds and it grows and it's this big, huge boulder, sometimes you forget that the boulder started with your little snowball. And so sometimes, I don't know if you feel like you're getting edged out or that you're trying to be humble or the team player. Right, Ashley. So sometimes as a team player, you may not be the one implementing the final solution. But it's important to realize there would be no final solution without you. So I'm going to share an example for myself. So I was recently talking to a coworker, and I just wanted them to make sure they did their shout out for themselves so that they could actually talk about what they did and how they actually brought something that was major issue, major challenge, major project, an aspect of a major project to fruition. So they didn't, just sit on their own achievements. And they reminded me of two things. One, they appreciated me encouraging them to do it, but they also reminded me of my part of their success. And I was like, you know what? Awesome. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say I'm going to downplay my role. I know what my role is. But I was like, I wasn't totally even looking for that, but I appreciated that. I appreciated the acknowledgement. And, I said thank you. And I do remember it is my role, but sometimes after you start doing your thing and making suggestions and then people are gone and you move on to the next thing, you forgot your role. As a creative collaborator, you're sprinkling creative dust everywhere you go half the time, and then you forgot all the little things that are growing and popping off because of your sprinkle. So one of the things I want to make sure you understand is own your sprinkle. Recognize that you are the spark, and that it's not about being conceited. It's not about being just too bold or whatever. It's about acknowledging your part. Just think about it. If you need a glass of water, you need a glass and you need water, but you also need someone to pour it into. And then the other part is, someone having the idea that you're thirsty. And here's an idea of how you quench your thirst. All of them are playing a part of making sure someone's thirst is getting quenched. So one, you need to recognize your part as the spark. It's not a small role. And you need to own that you are the light sometimes that people need. People are always like, oh, I love it when you come to the meeting because things get done or stuff happens. Own that. That is a great piece of your contribution to what you're doing in your job, what you're doing, whatever team that you're working on, whether it's work, whether it's business, whether it's just anything. Sometimes you are that creative drive. You are that, that juice that gets things moving. And also make sure you write about some of the things that, the seeds that you plant. Without you, somebody couldn't be the doer. Without you, somebody couldn't be the expander. Without you, there wouldn't have been a collaboration in the first place. So write about your seed that you plant, that what you are part of the progression. Remember sometimes you are the inspiration for some people. And that may just be your role. Other people are there to implement. You are there to create. Because, without a vision, people perish, bottom line. If somebody can't see what could happen, the possibilities, no one else knows exactly what they can carry out. So, you need to acknowledge that, it's okay to understand that you are that spark. It's okay to acknowledge your role because those are facts. It's not about feeling like it's not a time to play, well, I didn't do much. I just, asked a question or suggested they do this. But you sparked someone else. So like, we could do this, we could do that, we could do this, and somebody else is going to take care of this, and you can just watch. You can just watch the energy just blow up because of your idea as a creative collaborator. And then as the ideas go around, you throw something else to enhance it. These are facts. They're not about your feelings. I've said before, in fact, your feelings don't matter half the time, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to showcasing your accomplishments. Because sometimes you're going to be like downplaying your role, trying to be too humble, trying to negate or make whatever you did so small to be non-existent. And those are your feelings. Those aren't facts. Because the facts are, if you hadn't said something because you are creative, no one would have something to implement in the first place. And then the other part again, the five, just going through some things about five, the last part is speak up about it. When you are a creative collaborator, that is your gift sometimes. That is the primary gift. Because without your creativity, there would be no vision to execute. So when you're thinking about keeping quiet, don't. When you're thinking about staying humble or waiting for someone else to recognize or acknowledge what you did, don't. You have facts to back up the fact that you instigated some type of creative juice. You had a brainstorming session. That's why they call it brainstorming. So you can just rain down ideas amongst everyone, and everybody gets flooded with something to actually help them move and get some type of motion going forward. As a creative collaborator, you owe it to yourself to 1, own what you're doing. 2, acknowledge that you are the spark. 3, write down part of what you did to actually get things moving. 4, understand it's about facts, not your feelings. And 5, speak up for yourself. Because without you, as a creative collaborator, some of the beautiful things that have happened would have never happened without you. So, that's my live for 5 today. My 5 options. Notice I've been going longer than 5 minutes. So one of the things I also want to share and hope you share with others is that I am doing a free 5-day challenge about learn what to say in your resume. We're going to have each day something a tip to share with you so you can actually understand how to write about you in the best way possible. It's for your resume, for your reviews, if you need to put yourself in an award, or you make a position for a promotion. So I would love that if you could join me February 26th through March 2nd. We're going to start next Monday. We're going to start the 26th, the last week of February, through March 2nd. So I would love if you could actually join with me, and I will spend 5 days helping you, 1 day at a time, understand how you can actually showcase you to your best light. I can promise you this. I can guarantee you will never, ever look at your job the same way again after we finish these 5 days. So I will be sharing a link where you can sign up. I'll be sharing more on my page, and I look forward to joining with you and helping you be able to shine better and own your brilliance in your writing, so you know exactly what you bring to the table, and you can tell others what you bring to the table so they can appreciate you just as much as you appreciate you, which you really should. So till next time, this is Anggie Watkins, your extreme encourager, and I'll see you next Monday. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.